What is up, scooter heads? Hey, this is just a quick ride. My first Motovlog with the helmet microphone, so enjoy. And I'll be doing some serious rambling, so enjoy. All right.
Kind of what got me into this. There's some things that made me think like, okay, why did you go with a scooter initially and not a traditional motorcycle? And I'll share those top 3 reasons why I decided to get a scooter. Probably 4 reasons. I'll say there are 4 reasons that I decided to get a scooter and not a traditional motorcycle. And as a newbie or noob, whatever you call them, you can go in with whatever mindset you have, as far as like, okay, initially before I started watching videos and becoming really interested in this hobby, I thought riding a scooter would be safer than riding a motorcycle. Okay, I thought it was safer because number one, you have less speed that you're contending with, or less ability to go high speeds on a scooter. There's somebody tailgating you, so just get out there and go there. So that was one. I said, hey, you know what? I can't try to get this thing up to 120 miles per hour or 100 miles per hour. I thought that having a scooter would be significantly safer. I think that's a myth, right? Because you're still on the road, two-wheeling. Cars are huge, and they will mess you up if you're not careful. And people just don't see you, whether you have a traditional motorcycle or a scooter. So you wear bright colors and things like that, and you have to be very defensive when you're on a scooter. So I think that was debunked. I learned that once I started getting into doing a lot of research and learning more about what it takes to be out here riding. So number one was, I thought it was safer. And that's a myth, right? Because the squirrel will try to mess your day up. So number one was, I thought it was safer. I'm going to go through this. I've never been here before. Number 2. The second reason I got into scootering was that, so I said number 1, it was easier. I wrote it down on my list, and obviously I'm not going to pull it out of my pocket and look for it because that wouldn't be very safe. Blind spot here. So number 2 would be that I can't think of the second reason. This is kind of a cool neighborhood. I've never been back here before. Nice little neighborhood. Alright. So the first reason was I thought it was safer. The second reason was that, I'll give you the second reason. I'm at the age where impressing other people doesn't really matter to me anymore. As far as, when I was a younger guy, probably wouldn't be caught on a scooter, and I definitely wouldn't have had the wherewithal to have safety as a major component in my riding techniques. Not to say that young riders aren't safe, but I know me, and I was pretty wild back in my heyday. So guys, and so I think the second reason is like, hey, you know what? I'm just wanting to get out, get some fresh air on something, be able to ride with my uncle. He did. There was some peer pressure there. He was like, he's the one that got me interested in scooters. And when he first mentioned it, I'm like, dude, I'm a car guy, because I am. I'm definitely a car guy first. No wave, not this time. So I'm a car guy first. But my uncle, he's a car guy too. I'm a little bit more of a car guy than he is. But he was like, yo, I'm going to get a Vespa. And I was like, oh, okay, all right. If you like it, I love it. And so I had a chance to, take the Vespa down the road. And I was like, oh, this is cool. I can see it, And then as the pandemic started going, I kind of started getting that itch where you're like, oh, I want to learn something new, or I want to kind of get into a place where I started exploring different things as far as, maybe getting a motorcycle, or it was either that or I was going to get a Camaro. I priced it out, and I was like, okay, I was going to get a I was going to order a 21 Chevy Camaro LT1. It's the V8, but with the base model style. They're about 38 grand. And the way I am with cars is I'm a General Motors guy. I love my cars. Even though I have an affinity, I always have to have a General Motors here. And so I decided to option all out, get a GM discount. I'm like, okay. And I just was like, do I want to, because I wasn't going to lease, I was going to buy it. I was like, do I want to drop 30, priced out at like $39,000, $40,000. I was like, I don't want to do that right now, because there were just some things we're maybe thinking about getting into a bigger house and things like that. And I don't think that would have been a sound decision as it relates to my debt to income ratio and things like that. So I said I'm gonna hold off on that, and I decided to go, and then I started to pique my interest as far as getting into a scooter or a motorcycle. And I did consider like the 300 cc entry-level motorcycles, but in my mind I said, at that point I was thinking, hey, scooters are much safer. They're safer until I started doing the research. Yeah, so a little peer pressure from my uncle, circumstances. As far as wanting to get into something that didn't have a high cost as far as out of pocket, even though the one thing I didn't realize is that when you start this hobby, man, you gotta get gear, you gotta get insurance, I knew about the insurance, but I didn't realize all the different types of gear, how much the gear can cost. If you start vlogging, that's not even necessary to get into the hobby, but it's one of those things that I decided to do. And there's a lot of out-of-pocket costs associated with this, but it's not $40,000 with this Honda ADV, not even close. So I didn't go into debt for my scooter. That was good. That was another great thing that I didn't have to do. So reason number 2 was that I wanted to start a new hobby, get to know different, get into something new. And peer pressure from my Uncle Dave. Shout out Uncle Dave. Alright, so what else? The third reason was that I do believe that it's a good place to get started in the two-wheel world, right? You don't have to worry about a clutch, and you can really learn the fundamentals of being out here in the streets with no cage around you. You know, you're out here with the elements, the cars, the squirrels, the, you know, uncommon things in the road that can tear you up. And I think this is a better way. I was going to say safer, but a not a better way. I'll say it was a better way for me to get familiar with being on the road with two wheels. Now I ride my mountain bike, do riding and things like that, but I'm usually in the median, so it's a whole different ballgame being in the middle of the road. And so this is one way that I find that it's good that I don't have to think about a clutch. Now, I don't know if that down the line, if I ever decide to get a two-wheel a traditional motorcycle, if that'll play a role as far as if it'll still be an easy transition, because I'm getting, I'm so used to just the twist and go. But if that day comes, we'll see. So I had reason one, I thought it was safer. Reason two, which we debunked, that's a myth. Reason two, a little peer pressure from my Uncle Dave, and just wanted to get into a new hobby. And number three was, it's a good way to learn how to ride without having to deal with the clutch, twist and go. You're still out here. You're still getting fresh air, the experience of riding, and I love it. I love it. One thing I notice is when you don't see me, when you're learning a new hobby or researching, that's so much fun. That's like half the fun. That's half the fun of the whole process. It's just getting out here and learning and researching. And the next thing I want to do is I want to start getting, I'm going to sign up this spring for some safety courses in my state. Because you never know, you don't know what you don't know until you know it. And then I believe that life is one of those things where it's so important to keep learning and not become complacent. And the fourth reason is that I really don't care what people think about me. I don't. Like I mentioned earlier, I'm past the time in my life where, oh, you bought a scooter, really? Don't care. I mean, I still have people say that, oh, why didn't you just get a small motorcycle? Well, it's because I wanted a scooter. And there are a lot of choices out there as far as scooters and things like that. So I'm gonna cut in here. Let's see what it's looking like. But yeah, I can't believe we reached 100 subscribers though. I really can't. It's so awesome. And you guys, man, there's a lot of knowledge in the comments, in the comment section. You guys are very knowledgeable, especially for someone just getting into the game, or I don't want to call it a game, but getting into the hobby. I'm learning a lot. Learning a lot. right in the right speed limit. One thing I learned that I'm not a huge fan of, and this would be whether I'm on a scooter or probably, you know, any lower CC motorcycle. I don't like the high winds. Brother, see me? Let's see. I'm still here with you. All right. I'm not a fan of high winds at all. It can get a little, when that wind really starts to gust, it can be quite scary. So that is one thing I'm not a huge fan of, is really high winds when I'm riding. Today is not bad though. Saturday was bad. Saturday I just turned right back around, came home. I'm going this office park here. Yeah, it's kind of a gray day today. Definitely a gray day today. Definitely a gray day. But hey, it's what, 70 degrees, like 70 degrees. So I'm not complaining at all. Not complaining at one bit. I hope brother FedEx don't clip me. Take that turn too tight. Get my time. Very good. Yeah. Just a little exploratory ride, nothing crazy. I didn't realize how difficult it is to, well, one thing I have noticed is that when I don't like to look at my phone when I'm riding, it's a distraction for me. Now, and usually I don't need it, so I put it in my my glove box, and I just don't bother with it. I'm one of those people, like on the scooter, I'm not going anywhere I'm really not too familiar with. I lived in my town pretty much my whole life, so I don't need the navigation usually. I can definitely see that if there would be a need, you know, if I was taking a tour ride on a touring bike or something like that, where I was not familiar with where I was going, it would be different. But I tried using it, tried keeping it up on my with this mount, and it's just too much of a distraction. You can't see it very well without taking your head up, you know, your eyes off the road. I could probably put it up somewhere higher, but for me it's not really necessary, honestly. They've got a big construction project over here. Let me go this way. Boop, 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 boop. Oh, that's one way. Wrong mistake. This is one way. That's dangerous.
Wow, this was a long video. Trust me, normally the videos won't be this long as far as my motovlogs. But this is the first attempt, so I just wanted to, kind of go unfiltered and test everything out. I'm still working on the placement of the mic to make sure that the noise is as good as it can be as far as my voice is concerned. I did notice some part of the video is a bit muffled, so I do apologize for that. But stay tuned for more videos. Again, I want to thank each and every one of you for taking time to watch the video, subscribing, and look forward to many more videos. And yeah, man, ride safe out there. Be blessed. Peace.